We're going. So today we have Captain Marvel for you, and we're only going to go over the first half of this issue today, and I think I'm going to let Colton start it off. So, Colton, you ready?
Yep. So what we've got going on is you got Captain Marvel. He's first coming to the planet. He's in a green and white suit. He doesn't really have very much superpowers outside of his super strength. He's got a laser gun and some some waist rockets, Well, it starts off as laser gun and then eventually becomes his wrist gun, laser gun.
Yep. So, because he changes it to the wrist one, if we can find it here. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
And then he also cannot breathe on Earth. Starting out, he has to either keep his helmet on or he has to drink a potion that only allows him to breathe for an hour at a time till it runs out. And the reason why he's coming to Earth is because Colonel Jan Rog has the same love interest as him. So he's trying to get Captain Marvel out of the picture and sends him to Earth, hoping that he dies.
Yep. And it kind of, right at the beginning of the series, it kind of starts off as a love story. So, there's Captain Marvel and his woman, which is called Una. So, like you said, it's kind of a love quarrel at the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're trying to find a way to add that drama in there with that suspense.
Yeah, and that's the Colonel. So you got Colonel Jan Rog. So
then he goes to this architect site, finds a way to see this giant Sentry bot. He also runs into Carol Danvers there, who's nowadays Captain Marvel,
Yep.
And he fights. Go ahead.
Sorry. Well, I was going to say, before he runs into that, you go through this long story, and he runs into this rocket, and it's about to get, shipped off, but he doesn't know it. So he kind of gets stuck right here, and they start to figure out where he is. And, when he's doing that, he is forced to take his helmet off, which, like you said earlier, he's got to have that potion, and it only gives him 60 minutes. And he's got to get the helmet off and go into a, hotel, basically, and that's where he works on his wrist shooter. He's changing it from the handguns to the wrist shooter. And after that, I don't know if you remember that part, Colt, but, the Colonel is basically he puts this wrist bracelet on him.
Yep.
That. And basically, Captain Marvel says he can never be free now because the Colonel always knows where he is. So I thought that was interesting that and honestly, it all goes back to the beginning of the story where it's a love quarrel. The Colonel doesn't want Captain Marvel to return.
Yeah, and we also forgot to mention that Captain Marvel is also Kree, which is why he can't breathe Earth's atmosphere, So.
Yep. I forgot about that. So that's why they give him that potion at the beginning, and it says, she says, Una, I hope you never have to use it.
Yep.
And he ends up right out of the gate having to use it, and it kind of puts a complication on things. So.
Yep. And as he goes on to continue through and he winds up needing more potion, Una finds a way to transport more potion out to him.
Yep. So
that way, because Colonel Jan Rog wants him to run out and die, So.
Yep, absolutely. And so they're trying everything they can to kind of keep him alive, because the only thing that Captain Marvel wants to do is get back to Una.
Yep.
So, and then I think it's funny, too, they show it when he's going into the hotel and they ask him to sign their register. And he changes his name to C. Marvel.
Yep.
So it's no longer Marvel, it's C. Marvel. So hence the Captain Marvel. So I thought that was pretty funny. And then later, the guy who runs the hotel, he kind of questions it. He says, "What kind of name is C. Marvel?" You know, or
And then,
C. Marvel. C. Marvel. I'm sorry.
yeah, see Marvel. They, whenever they stumble upon this giant robot called the Sentry, who I believe his first appearance was in the Fantastic Four, and he fights the Fantastic Four first before he's dormant in this area.
Yep, and it's right here in the comics, the little yellow section. It says appeared Fantastic Four in issue 64. So that just kind of tells you how big the universe is.
Yes. And how he's already instantly incorporated into this universe of Marvels.
Yep.
And they wind up, this Colonel Jan Rog brought to life the Sentry in hopes that he would kill Captain Marvel.
Yep, absolutely. So it is Kree built, so, and it's kind of, this first half is, you know, it's kind of all about how the Colonel can get rid of Captain Marvel. And, you know, Captain Marvel overcoming all these objectives that get in his way. And it's a very interesting storyline. And I think we talked about it earlier, not to get the Sentry confused with the Sentinel.
Yeah, because they're kind of similar, and the fact that they're robots and their name, Sentry and Sentinel, that can be pretty easily confused.
Yep.
And
so
Captain Marvel tries everything he can to stop the Sentry, and, you know, his most powerful blast really isn't effective against him, and eventually he winds up finding a way to pinpoint his way through into the armor and just sending in a magnetic charge, or, you know, putting in a magnetic charge to, you know, magnetically bring in everything for the robot to destroy it. So,
yep, absolutely. And I know you said something earlier too, I kind of thought was a good point, is bringing in Dr. Lawson. Yeah, Dr. Lawson. So, you know, and it's just, there's just so much to it. And the fact I like too about this reading is it's older. You know, it's one of the first.
Something I was going to say about it was I really enjoyed it because I've been listening to a lot of old radio shows, you know, from back in the day. And just the writing in it really brought me back to listening to those. And I enjoy that type of stuff, and the old feel from it. It definitely gives it that old radio feel from just the writing.
Yep, absolutely. And I can't find it right now. I wish I could show you. But, you know, it's just funny the way they wrote, like you said, because in one of the sections, a soldier sees Captain Marvel, and he says, "What the hell?" You know, and it's kind of funny because, you know, they mean, what the hell? And so
they kind of slide it in there.
Yeah, they slid it in there and kind of made it okay. So, no, we are going to go over more of Captain Marvel, and we definitely great series to read. And like we said, you know, we kind of like the older things, the classics and stuff like that. So, and I think our plan was to go into Snake Eyes.
Yes.
Yep, Snake Eyes.
A couple issues of Snake Eyes we'd like to talk about. And then we'd like to get into Green Lantern, the Kyle Rayner Green Lantern, because I feel like he's not quite as well known.
Kyle Rayner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Cal Jordan and John Stewart are like the two big ones. So kind of expand into that universe of Green Lantern. Definitely be worthwhile. Possibly even just go over them all. I mean, that'd be a fun segment, I think.
Yeah, it'd be a great segment to go over. And it's kind of, you know, we're kind of just trying to explore our different options here, because in the comic universe, there's so many options, you know. Yeah. And we just kind of went with the ones we kind of knew. And Captain Marvel was honestly, that was a, you know, quick decision. You know, we kind of sitting there because we were in the comic store together, and it was how about we just do Captain Marvel? You know, let's see.
Yep. Plus, we'll be going over the Silver Age Doom Patrol. I don't know if you've even watched the show yet, Nick, but
I have not. And
that's excited.
That's something you told me about the other day, and something we're gonna have to get together and kind of go over with. And Sentinel as well. not the Sentry, but Sentinel.
Yep.
So,
The one that we mentioned in our first episode that we appeared in together of, how much we enjoyed the storyline in that and how well it was written. So
yeah,
Sentinel will
because
definitely be one I can't wait to get into.
yep, and that's kind of like we explained before. That's something I'm really excited about is getting into Sentinel, and I think we have a plan to. I'll be doing Sentinel, and you'll be doing a series called Forge.
Yep. Which we'll just have an episode talking about Forge because there's a lot of. It's pretty cool how they did it and the history behind it. I'll save that for the show. So for that episode,
Yeah, absolutely.
just wanted to get you guys kind of again to see what we're looking into and how we're devising things out, and we're getting
and
into it. It's a plan.
we didn't want our viewers either to kind of think that we're just kind of doing this as a little side gig. This is something we're really passionate about. So we definitely have stuff in the bag that we can pull out and definitely talk about, and we're going to get further into it.
So I think that pretty much covers it for now.
Yep. Oh yeah, sorry. Also, we're gonna start a sports show as well. If that's something you guys are interested in, kind of a quick little every episode or so, we'll just kind of give you updates and stuff that's going on in the sports world. Soccer, football, basketball, baseball. I mean, Russian ping pong. We don't know. We'll do anything.
Russian ping pong. Didn't you want to do a shout out for the Bourbon Boys, Caleb?
Caleb and Reed. Yep, we're gonna. They're called the Bourbon Boys. Go check their channel out. Great guys, friends of ours, like we said. And then Caleb from the Bourbon Boys and Reed started their own separate YouTube channels for their gaming channel.
Yeah,
so
gaming.
I know Caleb's is youngest, but I don't know Reed's yet. But we will figure that out and we will let everybody know. So definitely have to go check them out.
Yep. Well, like, comment, and subscribe. Just let us know, whether you like Captain Marvel or not, and if you liked how they changed him throughout the years, and let us know if there's any comic book characters that you have an interest in that you want to hear about. So like, comment, and subscribe.
Yep. All right, man. Well, cool. It's good talking to you, man.
Yep.
All righty. See you.